Give it the true shot. I want 7.5 million over my head, money hitting under my bed. Baby, let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead, man. Let me talk about it, let me talk about it, let me talk about it.
How my hair look?
It look good.
My wife did it yesterday.
She did a good job.
And I went to the barbershop today, so I got my cut for you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I was rough last night. I don't know if you know that.
You were rough.
I had my
what's
beard
so
coming
crazy?
out.
I felt like everybody looked like what they had been through. I mean, it's New Year's, so people look like they've been drinking, smoking, arguing with family members, and all of that type of shit. You know what we do, popping firecrackers, hoping that shit don't get in your lace front.
Right. Well, man, first and foremost, I appreciate you being here.
Yep.
I know you are a busy person, and your schedule is always filled up. So
thank God.
Finding the time for me, I do have to give you a proper introduction.
Oh, nice.
So let me first let my true form formats know I appreciate y'all being in for another dope episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. I have a very special guest with me here today. Y'all know I am big in the comedy world, and it's always lit whenever I bring a comedian in front of this camera. You never know what they're going to say. You never know what I'm going to say. You'll never know what I'm going to do. But he deserves this type of introduction, so I'm going to give it to him. So tonight on In True Form, we're joined by comedian Darren Fleet, a dynamic force known for his sharp observational humor, which is one of my favorite fortes, raw storytelling, unfiltered honesty, hailing in from Maryland, correct? Go ahead.
I'm originally from Virginia.
VA.
By way of Maryland. North Carolina is home to.
There we go. Darren turned his life's challenges, y'all, into laughter, rising from local comedy clubs to headlining sold-out shows nationwide.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday, it was sold out. You first looked out there, you was like, man, I don't like the way. I was trying to tell you, it was a lot of people in there.
Then they started raining in. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah, thank God.
You was ranked number 7 on Raleigh's top 20 influencers list.
Really?
Yup, he didn't even know that. See, did a little bit of homework in 2025. So
what?
Darren continues to prove that when you show up in truth, laughter really is the best medicine. Like myself, I find my humor in darkness, so I'm pretty sure Darren has some type of darkness that you can bring out, which he's done on stage. If you want slightly softer or more powerful closing, we're going to go ahead and give it to this gentleman right here. So you let me know how you feel right now visiting back to Raleigh. How was your show?
Like I said, Raleigh is slightly a home to me. You know, I love North Carolina. I went to school in North Carolina, so it's always like a homecoming, which is so coincidental because we just did the DMV area before we got here. And I'm originally from the DMV area, so it's kind of like, I feel like God knows how to align things. Open up your new year with places that represent you well and you represent well, so that will be the DMV, that will be the Carolinas. So I thank God about that. Now, how I feel about my show, I felt like I killed that shit.
Absolutely, man.
And you know, like, I'm not one of the people who ever come out and be like, you know what, Darren, you killed that shit. But last night, I knew I killed it. And I knew I killed it when I got off the stage and everybody was standing. I was like, damn, is that an ovation for me?
You got a standing ovation, man.
So I take that.
But
I did not know I was on the Raleigh most influential list out of 25 at number 7. What the hell? What?
Listen,
where you get this info from?
I'll show him off camera.
Okay.
I'll show him off
Please
camera.
do, because I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah, so I like to always tell my guests like how we meet. Mm-hmm. So it's a funny story. I really want you to tell it, but I'm gonna tell the first part. So
all right.
I've been doing photographs for 15 years, which everybody knows, but lately I've been engulfed in the comedy clubs. So nice. I've been doing stuff in Greensboro, Charlotte, Raleigh, California,
nice.
A lot of places.
Okay,
so
you've been bi-coastal.
Yeah, so I've been looking, and I always look and see who's coming in town. Mm-hmm. And I know 9 out of 10 times a lot of comedians don't have a photographer when they come in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes they set their phone up and that's just
to get pieces
Just
about
to get
set,
something.
just to have something to post, but
Right.
to have someone who's doing it, you know, like the way
Right.
you're doing it, it's always great to have.
So I reached out to Darren on his email, and I like to kind of do it that way sometimes because it's more professional, and everybody's in the inboxes on
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
which we all know. And he responded, and I was like, all right, bet, cool. We got the conversation going, but as a busy person as he is, I ain't hear from him for a couple of days. So I went to the DM, and I'll let you go ahead and finish it.
So he comes to my DM, right, and I feel like we had talked maybe like
was a
one or
couple of
two
days,
times,
yep.
and then days was going in because, like I said, I was just in D.C. Before I was in D.C., I was in Buffalo. We did Atlanta. We did so much in this past week, and I was just trying to end my last year to go into my new year. So by the time I get back to him, I'm texting and driving, which is a bad thing. Don't do that at home or in your car. I'm texting and driving, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Saw some of your work. I want you. Then I had to think about it, like, darn. You know the lifestyle you live. You can't just be telling niggas I want you. So I was like, yo, oh God, let me go back and specify. No, I want you to come and take pictures. Because, I know that I look good. And sometimes when people say that I want you, like me, and then they probably get the wrong idea. And I was like, I don't want him to be getting no wrong idea.
Nah, that's funny because it's like, I didn't get the wrong idea, but I laughed immediately because I'm a goofball. So in my mind, I'm like, he meant he want me to do his photos.
To come and do the photo. Yeah,
but it
yeah.
was like, you had put right after, you was like, my bad, I'm driving. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I already figured that. And then you said what made my stomach start hurting and laughing. You was like, man, I'm not that gay.
I'm not that gay.
And I was like, yo,
because
that was
I gotta
the
make sure I
punchline.
specify that with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, there's certain things that straight guys could say, and they won't take it no other way. But I could be like, yo, I got you. They'll be like, yo, you got me like that. I'm like, no, nigga, I ain't mean it like that. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go to the gym, I could spot you, too. No, I want you to spot me, though, darn. And it's like, I
don't want you to spot me like that.
Let the weight fall on you, big dumbass. Yeah. Like, what you want me to do? So, I was just trying to let you know, bro, you are appreciated.
Right,
or whatever
right.
Tupac said. Yeah.
Like, you're not pop. But no, man. So first and foremost, I appreciate you responding.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, they don't respond. I mean, I'm one of those types. I'm gonna shoot my shot to anybody. I inboxed Halle Berry last week.
No homo.
Yeah,
he wasn't saying shoot a shot at me. He was saying, it's such a bad interview.
No, man, you stupid. But no, my homeboy, my man Kenny, we always be like, no homo. We always say that. We like no homo is against the rules. So
or pause.
Yeah,
because like, that's the latest
you
one.
You know your sexuality. You know what type of person you are. You shouldn't have to say that. So
correct.
It's just
comfortability is comfortability.
When y'all say it, it's hilarious because I know what y'all doing when y'all say that.
Correct.
But no, man. Like I said, I'll reach out to Halle Berry. I'll reach out to SZA. Like I'm like, yo.
Nobody is too big for
nobody is too big.
Yeah.
And it's like, especially with the background that I have, I don't care who I talk to.
Correct.
Like, I appreciate you responding. I appreciate you coming through. Glad that you enjoyed the work. But
absolutely. It was very professional. When my mother said someone is professional, they're professional. Because my mother felt like she wrote the book on professionalism. Like, my mother felt like she's my manager and I have one. You understand?
Your mom look like she's 40, 50 years old.
Oh, that woman, she take care of herself. Like, she be telling me if I'm cracking, she be like, oh, and you need to slow down on whatever you eat. Yeah, because it ain't nothing cute about your stomach sticking out further than your dick. And this is how she talks. So, like, I'm like, okay, girl, I'm going to keep that in mind. Yeah. If my mother make you crush, she be like, as a matter of fact, don't even eat today.
Right.
But my mother said, this young man is professional. That's the first thing she said. She was like, and the way he just moved around to people and asked people. And it just made me feel like, okay, cool. I need more of that because I would be lying if I said I've never had a good camera guy while we on the road, but a lot of times they are already issued by the club, but not every club issues one. Charlie Goodnight is so big on professionalism as far as to making sure you drink your food is on time, the comic is treated well. They do have like a camera that they are, focusing on just your set, but just to have someone to get like, really in depth of what you're doing and taking pictures, interviewing the fans and stuff to come in. I feel like they're too busy to have to do all of that. So for someone like yourself to come in and kind of facilitate those needs is very needed and appreciated. And we do thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna kick one of your first questions off.
Okay. That wasn't the first. Damn,
Nah.
We've been sitting here 20 minutes. You asked me shit.
I ain't asked you nothing, man.
What in the Barbara Walters is going on here?
And it's funny you mentioned that because I always come in with at least 20 questions, but I hardly ever get through them because it's just the flow.
Well, with comics, it's like that even with on set. Like, I've heard people say before, like, we gave Eddie Murphy a whole script.
This episode of In True Form is brought to you by Super Deodorant. The aluminum-free, fragrance-free deodorant that actually works. You just put this under your armpits. Promise you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on stage or in the gym or chasing purpose, Super Deodorant has your back and your pits. No harsh chemicals, no irritation, just confidence that lasts. Visit superdeodorant.com/intrueform. And if you sign up today, you'll get 10% off your first order. Smell less, do more. Peace.
But he went off script so good, but it still pertained to the lesson or the topic at stake that we kept that instead of the script. So that makes sense. When you got a good comic who don't mind just taking over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make your job that much easier.
Oh, yeah. So my first question is, how you keep your waves so tight? No, I'm just playing. That ain't the first one. But you can tell me, though.
I can tell you, Nairobi. I'm telling y'all, Nairobi. That shit works on 4C hair. You want to look like Billy D. Williams? You put down that motions or that shit, that lotta body, and you put in Nairobi. I let it sit in.
Get that brand,
I put it, my do-rag on, and I sit under a dryer. I still sit under a dryer because, see, like, I grew up with my mother, my grandmother, and them. I was always around women. Women would sit under a dryer and let shit bake. Nowadays, we got a cell phone, so men, feel free to sit under a dryer, you know? I sit under my dryer. I sit there and I gossip with people talk. So it make me feel good when I'm doing it. I take that shit back to the 60s, 70s, Ike Turner.
Yeah, his waves looked like that last night, and they look the same way like that today. So
come on now.
He's sleeping like this.
Yeah, on my back.
Yeah.
I sleep like I got an updo. Like spraying spritz on it.
But no, all seriousness, well, it's probably never going to be serious. But you're from VA by way of Maryland.
Mm-hmm. So I just came out here from Maryland. All my dad's family is from Maryland. All my mother's family is from VA. So we're natural DMV people. North Carolina is a home to me as well. So like I said, I've been blessed to have been so many places in my life, and they've all treated me with the equal respect of, you know, of Darren, it's your home when you're here. Like, I've never been in Carolina and just felt like, oh, I'm not home.
Right.
Or I've never been in VA, like, because my cousins would be like, oh, baby, you home now, you know. Then you go up to Maryland, here go my grandmother people, Darren is back at home. So it's like, I felt at home up and down the East Coast, but if I had to state which one I feel mostly at home, it would be Baltimore, Maryland.
That's dope.
Yeah, it would be Baltimore.
Is the crime like it is out there, like they say it is?
I've never died.
Okay.
So yeah, like
he good then.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, because people always ask me that, especially when I come back out here. They be like, Darren, I know you're glad to be out here. You got to keep your head on the swivel. Well, I'm Darren Fleet. I always keep my head on the swivel because shit, even though you don't look dangerous, don't mean you're not dangerous.
Right.
Raleigh can be dangerous.
Yeah.
But Baltimore is more people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You living kind of like on top of each other, especially like in row homes and stuff like that. So I can say it can be dangerous, but I guess that depends on too what you're into. I'm not into all of that. I get in, get out. I move smartly. I mind my business, which is the key to anywhere you at, not just the city here in the country. You should mind your business. So anywhere to me, I feel like, you know, I can live anywhere and I'll be okay.
You're a chameleon in the area.
Absolutely. And I'm funny.
Yeah, you can get out of any situation.
I make the killer laugh. I'm like, nigga, you know, why your gun pink though? You look more hooded than that. You got a pink 22. You go shoot under my ankles. That's scary.
That's funny, man. But no, I know we talked about it earlier. We touched on it earlier. Where as a comedian, you have to go to certain places mentally from dark past or challenges and things like that. What challenges did you encounter earlier on in your days that basically kind of broke open that comedy lane that you flew into so easily?
Well, I went to jail at a very young age. When I was 20, I went to prison.
For how long?
For 2 years. In Virginia.
What'd you do?
Nigga, This nigga asking me what I did.
What'd you do?
I had a malicious wounding.
Okay.
Because I could be pretty violent if need to be. No, I'm not like that no more. I'm a born-again Christian and comic. And I had a couple white-collar crimes. So they just caught me all at once, the way Virginia does. It's Commonwealth. They be like, oh, in 2019, we had your prints here, too. So I'm like, damn, nigga, just running concurrent. So I ended up doing 2 years. After 2 years, only ended up doing maybe like 17 months.
Was it scary?
No. Like I said, because by then I've been in Baltimore for a while. I'm not going to say Baltimore. When you live in certain places, nothing really scares me. People definitely don't scare me. I'm not afraid of anything, which is, I feel like it is a scary thing, because you meet people be like, no, I'm afraid of it until I'm close up on it. I'm not a person like, oh, a rat run across the floor, I'm scared. I've seen rats. I've seen rats in animal form and human form.
I'm scared of rats.
Yeah, I'm scared of the ones that can talk.
Right.
I'm like, nigga, you don't need to be telling all my motherfucking business, boy. But the ones that crawl, no, they just here to do their thing. They be in the alleys all the time. I'm used to it. But when it come down to going to jail, no, I was not afraid. I was more afraid of what people would think of me, because when you have someone who's been through a situation like that, like society kind of throw you away or just chunk you up. And I felt like that had happened with me, with my family and friends, being that I'm my oldest sibling. Like, you met some of my siblings last night at the show. My brother Shawnee and Ern showed up. Shout outs to them. But I was afraid of letting my family down, and I felt like I did. And it wasn't until but just going back to what you asked, jail kind of shaped who I am as a comic, because I was in jail with a lot of people who were not going back home to their loved ones, their mothers, their kids, their friends and family. So I knew that I was funny, because I would just make jokes out of nothing. Like, I used to see niggas working out every day, especially when they first came in there, because somebody had told guys that when you come to jail, you're either going to leave out Muslim, gay, or 3 dress sizes bigger than what you were. So some of the guys, left out Muslim. Some of them left out, 3 dress sizes bigger than what they were. And a lot of times I would just see them working out, and I would just say shit to get them motivated. I'm like, damn, all that working out, limited results. Like, nigga.
Yeah, talking that bit.
Yeah, just talking shit to them. They be like, yo, go on somewhere, Fleet, yo. But bust your ass. I'm like, nah, I'm not into that, nigga. I'm not that gay. And they would just be like, yo, see, yo, this nigga the bid. They would call me the bid. The bid means it was easy for their time to go by.
Oh, that's dope.
While I was there. And I
That's
just
a
knew I had
compliment.
some. I guess it was. Nigga, I didn't want to be in jail. I would have liked to hear that from the outskirts. On the land is what they call it. But it was good to know that I had a natural talent and a natural passion to make people laugh.
Right.
And by the time I got out, I just started getting into open mics. I moved back, to Baltimore, and I had people who was into bartending and stuff. I had like a mother figure there who would bartend, and she done a lot, like at the open mics. And I was just like, nigga, I'm gonna go up because I know I'm funny.
Yeah.
And I went up there and I rocked. Next few times I rocked out. It was the time after that I felt like I bombed. And then when you bomb, you be like, man, I ain't never going back there. But something kept on calling me.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, nigga, you need to get back up there. Like I said, I'm not afraid of anything. If I'm on a plane and it crashes, God forbid, I feel like, and I survive, I'm going to get back on that plane. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be walking around scared to fly.
Yeah.
So that's how it is with me when it came to comedy. I wasn't afraid when I went to jail and made niggas laugh. I'm not afraid that niggas is on the land and they laughing too. So I'm going to get back out there and do what I do.
That's dope, man. I love that testimony. Fearless.
Yeah, I have to be.
You're
I have to be bold.
fearless. That's good, man. What has been the most challenging situations that you faced as a comic?
Living an alternative lifestyle. I have to get in front of people who do not believe that I'm funny because of my lifestyle, or I have to take the lower hanging fruit behind people who may have the same numbers as myself or have done as much as I've done as far as to be a social media stand-up, etc., but they get called first because of their straight male persona.
How do you overcome that?
I just keep being me because I know that I'm funny.
So a lot of these questions, man, I kind of know it, but the reason why I ask it is because there's someone out here that's going to see this that's going to want to do exactly what you're doing, and they don't have the confidence. They don't have the
Ain't no need to do it if you don't got the confidence. I'm going to tell you that now.
Hey, but
if you don't got the confidence, gain some confidence and then do it, because going up there unconfident on stage to tell jokes in front of people who are very confident that you're going to make them laugh, yeah, that's going to set you aside, and you don't want to be that person. I've always been confident, even at my lowest time.
Yeah.
I was an ex-convict, and I was a confident ex-convict. I used to walk in with my head up straight, and I still do that. I am not intimidated by a lot of things that people feel like I should be intimidated by. Like, nigga, like, no.
You've seen everything. Seen pretty much everything.
I've seen a lot.
Yep.
I've seen a lot. Yep.
What's your plans right now? Like, so tell the audience how long you've been doing comedy for, and what do you have coming up right now?
I've been doing comedy for now 10 years. I started off when I was 24 and a half. I'm 35 now. What I have coming up, I just shot a film with Desi Alexander. He was so dope. It's called Flood, and he's doing actually a sequel to that, and I appreciated him for that opportunity. I shot something with Alvin Gray. It was the woman with the glue stuck in her hair, the Gorilla Glue. That was really, really funny because I got a chance to play a detective. I love the times where I can play a person that does not involve me being gay. So I do like that. Yeah, because a lot of times
They be always wanting to put you in those roles.
like, Darren, we want you to do hair. And I'm like, bitch, I don't do hair in real life.
They want you
I
hitting
don't
your
do
head.
hair. I don't vogue. I don't pop gum. Well, I do pop gum. But
you gave that lady a lesson
I
last
tried
night.
to show her, you know what I'm saying? A little popping gum lesson. But I don't vogue, you know, I don't sashay, Shantae. I don't participate in ballroom activities, which I don't shun the gays who do. I'm all for whatever you do to get yours and whatever make you feel good, but that's not my testimony.
Right.
I tell jokes. I live a straight lifestyle other than what I do in my bedroom, and I still feel like that's pretty straight.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have a lot of things coming up. I have my tour that's still touring right now. I'm never not touring.
What's the name of the tour? Tell everybody about it.
I have no name of my tour.
Yeah?
No, I just call it dates. These are the dates. And I don't call it a name because I'm never not on tour. I've been touring for 10 years. That's all I do.
You have any time coming up where you're like, you know what, I'm ready to shoot my special?
Yes, I've actually shot a special.
Okay.
I just haven't put it out. And the reason why I haven't put it out, because I've seen so many people put out a special that I didn't find special. I don't want my special to not be.
You don't want to be watered down.
At all. And first and foremost, I know all my comedy and my punchlines stick. It's just that I want to make sure that I'm saying things that not only make people think, make them laugh, make them go home with a message. And I've seen people put out 2 and 3 specials, and the first one to me was a flop. This is just to me. Maybe to yourself, you know, you feel like you did your big one. And I want my special to be heavily celebrated. I don't want it just to be a YouTube special. I want Hulu to want to buy my special, or Netflix, or you know, a big network. I want people to know how special it is.
You want to be seen.
I want it to be seen. I want it to be heard, and I want it to rival other comics who've been doing it for years, and they know too that I am not just a force or a threat. I'm here to stay.
I like that. We're gonna take a quick break because the second part of this interview is gonna get kind of thick.
Okay, like me.
I'll be right back, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for staying locked in with In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. We have Darren Fleet, the funny man from VA by way of Baltimore.
Come on now.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna know everything about you.
You think you know so much.
You know. You've been basically tapping in. We talked a little bit so far about your comedic journey. You know, touched on the hardship of doing prison time. When you got out, you hit the stage. You found out you was funny. While you were locked up, you was able to make these big guys doing them pull-ups. You was able to make them laugh. When you came out, what was your first major opportunity that you had when you hit the stage?
The first major. I've been on stage pretty much all my life. I took theater as a kid.
Okay.
I've been knowing I was funny. You know, like, people be like, no, I just, went into a deep time and this is my therapy. I've always been funny. I've never not been funny. But one of my first big opportunities that I can remember will be when I did a Masonic temple off Utah Place. This was like going towards West Baltimore. And it was Masons in the building. And they be so, okay, yeah, well, you know how y'all be, all affirmative. And, don't want nobody to interfere and
be on that square, man.
trying not to laugh. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, they wasn't giving you no laughs?
Oh, they were laughing afterwards.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
I was like, because you got to bring it out of them, because these are like, supposed to be like, like fraternity, type shit. So I'm just like, I ain't know what to expect. I was just like, I'm here. So the good thing about like doing open mics out like Baltimore and shit like that is the open mics are not really open mic-y. So you don't come to an open mic and it's just like, oh, yo, tonight we're going to have comedy, poetry, whatever. You might just have to do an open mic at somebody's birthday party. So they just feed you to the lions. And I've done an open mic at a person party. This woman was like 60-something years old. She know comedy was going to be there. She packed up her shit and left. She was like, 'cause I ain't got time for no damn comedy. So I've had those type of experiences. So I would say that the little stages for me were the biggest stages for me, because it pushed me to get to the bigger ones.
I like that. Your comedy blends observational humor, like we talked about earlier, raw storytelling. How did you learn to be fearless with the truth while still making people laugh?
Well, because I'm very honest with myself, I don't have time to pretend I'm something or not something just so that people would jump on a bandwagon, because I feel like the things you try to hide the most are the things people can see the most. So ain't no need for me to do all that. And I also feel like what you see is what you get. So I was just like, I've been fearless all my life, y'all. That's just who I am. My mother is that way. My brother, you met them last night. My whole family, like, we're just not those people that's just like, oh, I'm scared of you, or I'm one of them people, like, you could just tell me, oh, yo, but he knocked 10 niggas out. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be 11.
Right.
So, like, that's just me, like, So I think that it just comes with how I see myself. I don't fear none but God. I grew up Christian. So that's how that be. You
have any mentors outside of your mom and your family members that you met along your comedic journey?
No, just my mom and my family. Those are the only people I really look up to. Other people have been assets to my life as far as the friends and stuff like that, but I don't look up to them. I look up to people who push me to be greater, to get me where I'm at now, who birthed and raised me, and those are the people in my family.
Yeah. So I grew up watching In Living Color, Martin, Def Comedy Jam. I was mad young watching that stuff. I ain't had no business watching it, but my dad used to let me sit down and watch Def Comedy Jam all day. Yeah. They talking about pussy and all that stuff. I'm like, going to school, repeating it, and then everybody like, yo, what you talking about? Your folks let you talk like that? But what was your outlet? What did you watch? What did you gravitate towards that kept that comedic bone going? Did you have any type of
when you grow up with your grandmother in your life, you watch what she want to watch.
Yeah.
So I watched In the Heat of the Night.
Really?
Yeah. Dr. Quinn, the medicine woman.
Oh, my God.
Walker, Texas Ranger. Like, where all my other friends were watching Martin and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 106 in Park. I was watching Murder, She Wrote.
Yo, that's
I was
crazy.
like 7 years old knowing who Angela Lansbury was.
I would have been turning that off.
No, I couldn't. You don't touch my grandmother's TV. Absolutely not. I don't see you surviving at our home. You don't touch Mildred's TV.
Yeah.
I was old all my life. Like I said, I knew how to set my dinner table type shit. Well, other kids would go out to a restaurant and ask for, chocolate chip cookies and ice cream. I was like 6. Asking for a peach cobbler.
Right,
what I'm saying? Because like, you grow with older people, that be your shit.
Like,
lemon bunt cake. Give me a piece of that lemon
old school appetite.
I know people be like, how old is this kid? Like, he
got an old soul.
He's so professional.
He was raised by his grandfather. I was raised, I say semi-raised by my granddad and my nana. I had to move in with them when I went to high school. So I went to 2 different high schools and I had to move in with them. So everything just went from the Def Comedy Jam and all that stuff to my granddad watching Atlanta Braves and all that stuff. So I used to be like, man, my whole.
So you had a chance to
I
kind of like
I had to
be on a
bit of
media.
both. Yep, I had both of them. So
That's how it was. My mother and then my mom is very, very like fashion forward. She was a '90s girl, you know, salt and pepper haircut, bamboo earrings. So
At
I
least
knew
two
how
pair?
to, yes, X and O bracelets and stuff. My mother looked like a trap queen
That's
in the
what's
'90s,
up.
so I knew how to.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Real shit. I knew how to like kind of like fluctuate in between, you know,
Yeah.
from this to that, from this to that. I could actually, you know, I could be who I was going to be in front of my mother, but when it was time to go to my grandmother's, I was a whole different way.
You gotta be a little,
and I think
sit up
that's
straight type of little thing.
absolutely like I would be like, let me cut this off. My nana would be like, no, we don't listen to that here, darn. So you know.
They ever put you in front of family members? It was like, yo, tell that joke, man. What you were saying earlier, make family members laugh, like some comedy folks say. Man,
At my
like,
mother's house, yeah. But at my grandmother's, ain't nothing funny.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing funny. It was like I said, she was strict Christian. Christians ain't got time to be sitting back laughing. That's
Yeah.
how she's, you know, it was just so, like she was that type of Christian. Like, I don't find
Right.
nothing funny about this, darn. And I
Right.
just don't. So it was that type of thing. And she didn't find me cute or amusing. But
So-
my mother did, yeah.
So you touched on that a couple of times, and
On stage,
you know,
yeah.
my grandparents is, you know, they were very holy. My mom and my dad wasn't. So I would be having to go to church when I moved in with them every Sunday, Bible study, educational Bible school in the summertime. We all know how the Christians view sexuality and stuff like that. Did you ever have any roadblocks per se with your grandmother, knowing how, you know, how embedded she was with the Bible, and
No,
how did they accept?
we
how
just
did they
never
accept
really
your
talked
sexuality?
about it. We never really talked. You know what it is when it comes to, I think some people kind of like differentiate Christianity and people who go to church because they're like two different people.
Yep. I agree.
Churchgoers who only want to fit in a molding of what the church society wants you to look like has a problem with you being who you really are. In Christianity, we know that God already knew you was going to be something, so in order to get to him, you had to go through something. So this might be just my battle until I get to, so my grandmother don't wash her hands with me because this is my sin, you know what I mean? Or because she may look at it as a sin. So I never had to go through that with her. Now I have been to churches and people just made it seem like, oh, homosexuality is just the worst thing you can be. And I'm like, okay, well, I feel like a rapist is probably the worst thing you can be. But like, it is what it is. But I never had to go through that as far as with her or anybody in my family. My mother, I've always had a great support system. I grew up with a mother who allowed me to be myself. And my grandmother. My grandmother always knew I was witty. My father was very, very funny. God rest his soul. So none of that type of stuff really, really mattered to her. And I wasn't like the worst person she'd ever encountered.
That's good.
So it wasn't like
That's a
one
lot
of them things that I just felt like I had to explain. And then too, sexuality is one's own take of what you do in the bedroom. And I feel like my family always felt like, well, I don't have to have sex with him, so why would I care?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
like,
They have. You're talking about your folks, and I like the outlook that they have on life. A lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people don't move that way as well, and that tells a lot about how you're shaped up as well. So
yeah,
you know,
I'm not afraid of being myself, and I'm more comfortable with people who are themselves. When a person's not themselves, it make you very uncomfortable because they're unsure of what they're going to do next, what they're going to say next. I'm not that person. So when it comes to like I said, sexuality, who I am as a person, the things I've been through, like, child, I don't care about talking about it. We could talk about it for days.
Yeah.
You know?
You toured with a multitude of comedians.
I have.
Who have been the best experience that you've toured with that stands
Woo-woo.
out to you the most?
Woo-woo.
Let's talk about
She and I
it.
have been touring together for
Let's
like
hear it.
5 years.
Let's see the flowers that you can give her.
Oh, I don't even have to do it because she already know how I feel about her. Woo Woo and I met in Baltimore. She was on an open mic. I have done so many open mic circuits. I had done, we used to do What's So Funny Wednesdays. We used to do things at the 5 Mile House. These are all places that are, you know, or comedy backgrounds that are well known and popular in Baltimore. Shout out to Larry Lancaster and the guys at What's So Funny. They were amazing. And I met Woo Woo at What's So Funny, and then she had done something with a comic named K.Y. Nelly out there, and I watched her. She was on a lineup full of guys, and I'm not biased when it comes to comedy. If it makes me laugh, it makes me laugh, but she was funny. And like I said, I'm always fearless.
Yeah.
I went up in front of all of them. I was like, out of all of y'all put together, she was the funniest bitch. You funny. And I know they were like, Darren. She's funny. And I was like, I want to work with you. You know, I don't know what you do outside of this. I didn't know if she had kids or nothing. But I already planned our future together. Sitting right there. You know how you know how you see a woman and you like, yo, yeah, she gonna be my, that's what it was.
That's gonna be my
That's
ace.
gonna be my work wife. I was like, we going on tour, we getting married. You got kids, I'm willing to take care of them too. We going out.
Man.
She didn't have any children, thank God. And she had a job where she could work from home. So that means she could take her work on the road.
That's
I was
exactly
like,
what I was talking about.
I was like, is this the Lord or what? Is this that prayer that my Nana prayed for me? Because my grandmother always wanted me to have a woman. She didn't tell me in what capacity. So I have a work wife. I have a work wife.
Y'all ever got too drunk? No,
Yeah, we got too drunk, but it's still ain't nothing happened. I tell you that. I drunk nights mean go to bed now. I fell asleep in the bed, but she ain't back that ass up. She do that wiggle in the morning. I just think she got to pee. I'm like, okay, bitch, don't piss in this bed. All right. I'm not here for that. Hey, but no, we never got too drunk.
That's what's up, man. So, I mean, earlier in the episode, you talked about, the movies that you've done. You have any aspirations moving forward with?
Oh, of
film?
course. I love film. I love theater. Like I said, I took theater. Theater is my background. Growing up in a household with women, my mother is very dramatic. My aunts are very dramatic. My grandmother is very dramatic. She's a Christian, but she's very dramatic. She speaks well. So I watched theater all my life. Les Miserables, Aida, Chicago. A lot of great theater background. So I could see myself doing Broadway. I just was invited to Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen, personally from her and Candace, people at her team. I went to go and see that in Manhattan, New York. They blew it away.
I know it, man. I know that genre.
Big shout out to Neo. He was amazing. I got a chance to meet him.
He had his hat off?
Well, I'll take my hat off to Neo. This nigga trying to get me in trouble. Neo.
I love Neo.
Yes, we do.
My man always keep that hat on.
Yeah,
Shout out to Neo with the hat.
He actually
man.
slept in it on stage. I was like, he gonna take it off, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. I think it's embedded. I'm inheaded. Whatever. Oh God, you said it. Oh God, he's gonna get me in trouble. I'm never gonna be invited back. No, I loved it. Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all in for a treat. It's a Tony-winning Broadway play. And Lakeisha, the woman who played Liza Jean in that play, oh my God, she won a Grammy and a Tony off that play. She's been doing like Broadway for over 20 years, and that was her groundbreaking role, even though she's been groundbreaking for years. But I got a chance to have a heart-to-heart with her, and she was like, Darren, I just know. She just was like, I can see like God all over you, and not even to get off subject. I don't care what people see me do, how great I could tell a joke, a story, how much people think that I'm influential. I want people to see the God in me before they see the talent on me, because that means more to me. So that they know that you can trust that I am going to keep your secrets if that's what you need me to do, help you out if you need a friend, and vice versa.
That's dope, man.
Whatever.
I told y'all, these guests that's been coming on this show have been amazing. This guy right here, man, like, all jokes to the side, man, I can tell genuine people when I meet them. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
thank you.
And it's like, even Santia hit me up and she was just like, yo, I wanna pull up. Ain't nobody gonna want to just pull up.
And she pulled up with snacks too. Do you know how many people pull up empty-handed?
She pulled up with
Not only
life
did she
water.
pull up with snacks, she made her son carry snacks. That's how I know he's raised well. Because when a mother said, come and get these groceries, that boy was carrying snacks. He had 2 bags on this arm, 1 on this arm. He had his earphones in. He was talking about how the cops was behind him. That's because he had to hold the snacks.
With the deep voice.
Voice just as deep. I was like, is that Barry White with you? Who the hell is that?
That's Barry Landon.
Yeah, that's baritone. It was just so bariatric.
Yeah,
And,
she brought some Life Water
Life
here,
Water.
3 times triple filtered and perfectly pH balanced, made with 100% recycled
Come on now.
plastic.
Because most people show up with purified. I'm like, oh, she got that
She got
from
the electrolytes.
Aldi. She got these from Wegmans, and I appreciate
Shout out
that.
Santia Bailey for bringing in the Life Water and the turkey sandwiches.
And the turkey sandwiches.
Because it will be devoured.
We see that.
So I got a fun question for you, man. What joke or moment has completely caught you off guard? And what kind of reaction did the audience give you?
Well, I can think about the last joke that caught me off guard. It wasn't even a joke. Last night, a woman called.
Oh, the cough.
She coughed, and mind you, she bought VIP seats. And the way Charlie Goodnight's is set up, it's almost like Comic View back in the day. They're pretty much sitting on the stage with you.
Mm-hmm.
So she's remotely close, and I knew that cough got on my shirt. And I'm one of the people like, I don't care. You can be my mother.
He stopped the whole show. He said, wait. He said, wait.
I couldn't even remember my joke. I was like, whoa.
You good? You all right?
Yeah, because I don't like that.
Yeah,
especially when you're in a cough
up.
where you can't get away from the cough. You ever been on a plane and somebody coughs?
That's what you said. He said you could go nowhere but to the window.
To the window, to the wall. It was like a Lil Jon song. I was like, oh my God. Oh, ski. I hated it. It was, the cough just get all on your back. You know what I mean?
Perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
Because he already had the crowd going.
Yeah.
And then they just finished laughing, and then the cough came, and he. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, he about to eat this up. I'm like, that's one of the goals. So a lot of people don't realize some of the golden moments at a comedy show is the improv part.
The non-expected.
It's the non-expected. I know DL, what he likes to do in his show at the end, he typically kind of pulls people from the crowd and he asks them what's your profession is, what's your profession is, what's your profession is, and he kind of tie it all in. And that's like almost the best part to me. That's something
because you like the crowd work.
Yeah, I like the crowd work. I like the improv.
Some of your favorite comics is like Nate Jackson and.
Well, actually, I watched Nate Jackson for the very first time right before I did her interview.
He's amazing, by the way.
I never. Shout out to Nate Jackson. I love how he just sits there and hits the crowd.
Oh,
the whole show.
You can tell that's what he's done all his life. When I got a personal invite to do Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club, this is my second time doing it. And then I so happened to run into him. We was at Laugh Factory out Hollywood. He was like, there you go, what up, bro? Like, it feels so good to have people like that know who you are and what you bring to the table. Because that man is a beast.
He seemed like a down.
Never put me up at the Nate.
So right now, my favorite comedians out right now is Dion Cole and
I just worked with Dion.
Tony Baker is one of my favorites.
I love Tony Baker too.
So I've been watching Tony for some years now. Dion, I've been watching him since he was on Comic View when he weighed like 300 pounds almost. So I've admired Dion Cole.
A couple D's.
But he was a ghostwriter for a lot of shows.
Oh, he's amazing.
So I'm always kind of. Blackish came out. I was like, oh, he's on the show. So I couldn't wait to see when he'll be on the episode.
Dion, we done Hollywood Improv together. We had done Hot Mics.
Okay.
It's through LOL Radio, and it was so dope. My episode just came out.
Radio,
it is.
Right? Yeah.
My episode just aired on the 26th.
It's dope, man.
Yeah, it was really, really dope. It was a way to celebrate Christmas, being that when you're grown, you don't get shit for Christmas no more. So you got to make your own surprises. Like, look, hey, Mom, look at me. So
that's the truth.
I done
Wait
that.
till you 40. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Oh God.
Well, let me not say that on camera because so my wife just got me this glass tea kettle.
I'm glad you fixed that shit because she was definitely about to put your ass on the couch.
But listen, we was in Aruba.
And don't edit it out neither.
No.
He said you ain't get him shit, man.
Nah,
40 you'll get shit. Now I got a teacup, fine chinas and dining, and then in Aruba, damn, he ungrateful.
No, so.
I know people who won't take your ass to Ashford, North Carolina, and you at Aruba. Boy, if you don't get the fuck.
So we was in Aruba though. So check it. We was in Aruba, and the Airbnb had this plastic tea kettle. It was real plastic though. It was real generic.
Okay.
But now in the Airbnb, that was one of the only things that was working. And so I looked forward every morning to make me some tea because I'm like I'm gonna just put this water in and the water
that's
got
all
hot
you had.
real fast. So for Christmas, she got me this all glass tea kettle joint that gets hot in like less than 5 minutes. So that's like the best gift that I've gotten in a long time.
Well, that's like a crack spoon.
Yes, it started making noise just like it, bro.
Yeah.
Like while you playing. But I'd be looking forward to making my tea tomorrow. So I want to clean that up real quick. She probably won't watch the episode, though.
Oh, she will. Listen, I'm on it. She will. But no, really, when you at a certain age, you don't look forward to Christmas. And I was happy to work with Dion, Daphne, Chris Spencer, and Trix.
Yeah,
Trix is amazing. By the way, Trix is actually signed to Innovative too. Shout out Tamara Goins, the hardest working sister in show business. She's the reason why I'm here right now. And I appreciate her for everything she do. Jenny, Marla Hot, all of y'all over there, Innovative. I love y'all, thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all. But back to Dion. Dion is funny.
Yeah, man.
On stage and off stage, Dion is real. He's a Chicago native.
I just love some Dion.
Oh yeah, I did.
I just love some Dion.
That's the way I said it too, but I didn't want to creep him out. I was just, oh God, I didn't want him to be like, oh darn, all right, enough love. Nigga, this ain't an Old Spice commercial, because I would have tried to.
Man, I watched Dion. Dion just launched his podcast.
He did. He had Cedric the Entertainer on there.
Shout out to Dion with the podcast. But
he
laughed
on there.
He laughed the entire time with DL Hughley on there.
Yeah.
DL made him laugh the entire episode.
DL is
so I'm trying not to be like Dion right now.
DL is a political asshole. And when I say that, I'm saying it with the utmost respect. He's one of the funniest brothers. He can make politics funny. He could talk about you and make you like. DL is so skilled at what he do. Never put me up at the DL.
Yeah. He's a good guy, man. Funny dude. But I got a question for you. This is one of the segments before I close out this last piece before we get to the last stretch. I have to do what I typically call shooting your shot for one TrueShot Photography. So my shot that I want to shoot is, who can you get in front of this camera that will be willing to sit down and talk about their journey?
With me?
No, just like how we're doing right now. Who can you get in front of this camera as a guest?
Okay, because I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. Are you asking me if I could bring anyone in front of the camera?
Anybody that you have in your phone that you could say, hey, Corey want to get you in front of this camera. I want you to talk about your story. Who can you call up and put in front of this camera that would be willing to talk about their journey? It don't have to be a comic. It could be somebody that's a creative. It can be a musician. It could be someone that
it's
sings.
So many people, because like I got so many people number. I know that's so crazy to say.
No, that's
because like I know it'd be tripping people out when I'd be like, no, I just wish Tracy Morgan a happy birthday, or oh no, Dion, that's my guy. Like, anytime I come to Cali, I can go to the lab. It's not someone who would just be willing to open up and just talk about their personal. It's so
hey, this
people.
Darren, I need a favor. I met this photographer. They got a dope ass podcast. I want you to be able to sit in front of him and talk about it, and no questions asked.
This one might blow your mind. Yeah. This one might blow your mind, because she's not even a comic. She's just I call her my industry mom because we're so tight. Holly Robinson Pete.
Let's do it.
Okay. I asked Holly Rob.
That's the actress.
Yes, that's the actress.
I know the actress. Is that my girl from
Jackson 5 American Dream? Yes. Hanging in the house with Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I would love to sit down and talk.
What do you mean?
This.
All the Kingsmen.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Approval. Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Octavia. You know what? Glenn Close. If you want to get that technical, because I don't supposed to be telling people how I know these people. Glenn Close, I call her Glenethia, and she answers as that. We talk all the time. From 101 Dalmatians, Cookie's Fortune, and now Ryan Murphy's new project, All's Fair, with Kim Kardashian, Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor is another one. Me and Tiana is my sister because her mother is my mother on my father's side. And I
feel like I'm related to Tiana because we got the same cheekbones.
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. Nikki, her mother, is like my mom. I'm so...
Yeah, man, you have to make it happen, bro.
I am so close to a lot of people.
Santia's going to get Louisiana Cash in front of this camera.
Okay.
If it can't be in front of the camera, we're gonna do it virtual.
That would be dope.
So
That would be dope.
I need you to deliver for me, man, because 2026 is gonna be
I'm
big.
gonna do some asking around and see if they can clear out their schedules and will want to come to the Carolinas.
Even if they can't come, I can come to them.
Oh, splendid.
Or I can create the virtual interview.
Yeah, D-Ray Davis. That's my guy too. Every time I do Hollywood Improv, I do my
definitely talk to
D-Rays.
Green Eyes. I'll get on it, Dr. Green Eyes.
You know what? See, he be trying to say shit to get me in trouble. D-Ray, I've never looked at your eyes. To be one of my kids. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he throws me off every single time.
Yeah, he looks great.
He looks great.
That's the Chicago water, because Dion looks good and shit.
It's
Adele
that
still looks
life
good.
water, 3 times triple filtered and perfectly balanced. Even D-Ray Davis can have some life water.
This boy crazy.
So, my last question that I always ask my guests is, in true form, is all about stepping in to your purpose, resilience, and authenticity. What does in true form mean to Darren Fleet in your everyday life?
Being yourself, speaking your truth, and saying it like you mean it. You know, being unapologetic. I've also said believing in God. I don't know who y'all believe in. It's neither here nor there for me, but I believe in
Of the
God.
Illuminati, folks, and neither am I. Because everybody would think, oh, Corey went from interviewing, those herbal specialists from early in his episodes to interviewing Darren Fleet. He a part of the Illuminati.
Hey, yo.
That's what they're going to start saying. I'm telling you, people move different when they start seeing who you're talking to and who you're meeting and not looking at it that God is the one that's putting these people in front of you. So God has put you in front of me, bro.
Yo, when I tell you this man tries to get you in trouble, once again, Illuminati, I didn't say that.
They gonna be emailing you. You said Holly Robinson, didn't you?
Octavia Spencer, so many people I talk to all the time. So many people I talk. Vivica Fox.
Yep.
I talk to a lot of great people, not just in comedy, and music background, and dance and theater. Like I said, Alicia at Hell's Kitchen, it's just, I've been blessed in my career to meet a lot of people. Sports players, sheesh, like, and the sad part about when I say sports players, because I don't be knowing their names. I just met Chris Paul, was it?
CP3.
I met Chris Paul.
Shout out to Chris Paul.
This was actually in Chicago. I met Paul Pierce. He actually was out at Hollywood Improv, and he saw me perform, and we took pictures and shit. I met so many people out. I met the cast from Baddies, and I like them too. I love Ratchet TV. Oh God, because she's like, yes, me too. I love to watch other, because I don't got enough drama in my life, so I want to see other bitches fight. Like, okay, she said your mama, So I've met so many people from reality TV to sports to Home Shopping Network to cooking, you name it. And I wish I could remember all the people I meet. I meet so many great people. I meet so many photographers, videographers, background dancers, makeup artists, and I feel like we all are in this together because we all help each other be great. So if you're one of the people that I just named, come and see my guy. He's really, really good interviewer, and I've been entertained. So.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Well, everybody, let everybody know where they can find you, man. What's your socials?
My social media, at Love Darren Fleet on Instagram, and I spell it out the regular way. Love, Darren is spelled the only way you should spell Darren, with the E, not an I. 2 R's, of course. My last name is Fleet, like a fleet of ships, not the enema. You nasties. Or Fleetwood Mac, if you would have it. I'm a Stevie Nicks fan. On Facebook, I'm Darren Fleet Comedian. On TikTok, I'm Darren Fleet. Anytime you type in Darren Fleet, I should pop up. And follow me.
So I put in Darren Fleet on Google, and Wikipedia came up, and Wikipedia told me that Darren is number 7 in 2025 as top 20 Raleigh's most influential individuals. That's where I found that from.
What?
So when you get a chance to, as soon as I cut the cameras, I'll show you. But
thank you.
Congratulations.
Because I didn't know that. Well, thank you, Raleigh. Like, what? Like, I beat out the mayor. Because there's a lawyers, doctors, black influencers.
Yeah, man. So
Real estate. Oh, wow.
I just want to tell you, man, again, I know I told you 100 times already since the other day. I appreciate you taking the time out. You could be anywhere in North Carolina. You could be spending time with your moms. You could be spending time with your brothers. But you spent time with me tonight. You spent time with getting in front of this camera. I hope this is not the last time we connect. I hope that we can do some work later on down the line with each other.
Oh, that would be dope.
And like I told you before, I'm willing to travel. I'm willing to come out. And,
that would be dope. We can.
You know, I mean, we can make sure you can get those same type of reactions that you got from those fans.
I'm just still blown about being number 7. My bad.
Yeah, no.
So, what was J. Cole at? Because I heard he lived out here too. He had to be like number 1.
J. Cole, he shout out to J. Cole.
Tusi lives out here too. I actually ran into him at a gas station and just chopped it up. Bro is super dope. He's another rapper.
So I want to get a live reaction, so I'm going to show Darren
where I was. Let me make sure this ain't my mother calling. It surely was. I know my mom. Whoa, y'all. My bad, y'all. And right here, as I'm looking at my phone, Birmingham, Alabama, they want me to come to Stardome January the 25th. They be giving me shit like right away. I don't know if they think I'm Kevin Hart or something, but I'm going to rock Stardome out. So, yeah, Alabamians.
Congratulations.
Yes.
But you see what that say right there.
In 2025, Fleet was named number 7 on the list of the top. Originally from Virginia, as an American. They know everything about me. Wikipedia. Send me that.
And Wiki, bro.
I am Wikipediable. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you again for stopping through on another dope episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale, Darren Fleet.
Thank y'all.
Peace out, yo.
Bye.
Yeah.
That was super dope.